in the area that put me out. They banned me from a church, but y'all keep saying, come as you are. Yes, I came in there smelling like alcohol and sitting there wearing my club clothes because I just left the club. It's a Saturday night. Church is on a Sunday morning. Exactly. Now, me and my friend, we was turned, but I still went to church regardless. I feel like we just need to tell everybody that this ain't really what God. He don't want us. He want us to come as we are. He don't. It's up to y'all. But I gotta go. Where we going? Where we going? Think about it. Are you Hispanic lady? This lady, she want it. You Hispanic or you ain't? You not. You look Hispanic, so you probably can pull you some too. Me and my friend, we just go find us a Hispanic. So God, we giving them a green card and all. You feel me? But God bless. I just had to come tell on the church, and I knew y'all gonna eat that story up. Whenever y'all ready to start the camera, I'm ready and I'm be serious. I just think of the Maya tomorrow. So okay, come on. I'm so disappointed. What you mean is lies? My grandma gonna be watching this.
Backstory on this: so this guy gets a new high-paying job, and then he puts his girl through a loyalty test. Let's get into it.
So I got a story time for y'all ass. Buckle the fuck up. And yes, I have permission to tell this story. So I'm at work the other day, and one of my friends hit me up, called me 3 times in a row, but I was busy. As soon as I got free, I called him back. It's a dude I went to high school with. I know him for years. I call him back, and I say, bro, what's good? You all right? You hit me up 3 times. He said, yeah, bro, I got a little dilemma. I say, cool, bro. What's the issue? Talk to me. He said, bro, you know, I've been going to school for the computer shit for years, and it's finally about to pay off. I just got hired by a company that's about to pay me $300,000 a fucking year. So he's went from making $52,000 a year to down there $300,000 a year. Wow. I said, bro, I'm so fucking proud of you. You deserve it. Let's celebrate. Da da da. He said, no, wait. Before we get into all that shit, I need your help with something. I said, okay, my bad. What's up? He said, you know, I've been with my girl for like 4 years now. I said, yeah, absolutely. Y'all been holding down for a little minute. That's what's up. He said, I know she's happy as hell. You about to change your lives forever. He said, yeah, that's my point. He said, I kind of want to give her a loyalty test before I let her know that she ain't got to work no more, before I propose, before we start having kids, before I let her know that means I have to know for sure she's the fucking one. I said, fool, I completely understand. Do you have anything in mind? He said, no, that's what I need your help with. I ain't got no fucking ideas. I said, okay, cool, I'm going to call you back in an hour. I called him back in an hour, and I came up with this. He said, bro, I got it. He said, what? I said, bro, instead of trying to find out if she would be down for you if you came up with all this money, we got to know how she would act if she came up with all this money. He said, how the fuck is we going to do that? I said, give her a fake lottery ticket. He said, that shit sounds dumb. He said, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm on my way to Spencer to get one right now. So I go to Spencer, get a fake lottery ticket to make it seem like you won $500,000 on a scratch off. I said, fuck it, we in it. Now go grab some flowers, go grab some food, go grab a real scratch off, and go grab that fake one, give her the fake one, give her the food and the flowers.
I mean, this is pretty smart, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty smart. I've never even thought about that. I figured you could just hop in her DMs and try to get her to talk to you, but like the fake lottery ticket. I mean, that's pretty good, because you can get those at, Spencer's and stuff like that. Chad, have you ever done a fake lottery ticket? Let me know right now. I've thought about doing it to a family member, but I'm like, that is just devious work. Doing a fake lottery ticket, that just sounds so mean. But this is a good plan.
And just walk out the room and scratch yours off and see how she reacts when she see that she won her $500,000. Did just that, bought her some roses, some sesame chicken with some lo mein, and handed her that fake ticket and did just that and waited for her reaction. Now, I'm thinking he's about to hit me back and say that, oh, she scratched it off, and she was like, oh, babe, we won, look what we won, we got $500,000, we straight, we got money to go travel and save. I thought that was going to be what he called me back to tell me and be like, oh, no, nah, and I told her the good news, and now we okay, right? This is genuinely what the fuck I thought. She hit me back and said, yeah, she scratched it off, but she ain't say nothing about it. I said, cool, calm down. Maybe she don't know how to read it. Maybe she's confused. Maybe she wanted to surprise you in a different way. I don't know. I'm trying to be fucking optimistic. She said, I seen her take a picture of it and send it to somebody.
Oh dear. Who are you sending this to?
Ask her about that. Ask her, did she win anything? Like, hey, baby, we got $20. We got extra $5. She said he asked her, and she said, no, I don't want nothing. You just throw it away. She says, okay, whatever, but now I have to find out who she sent this picture to. So within the next couple hours, she finally left her phone alone and he grabbed it to see who she sent the picture to, and she sent it to her fucking sister to say, "Is this real? Did I really win this much money?" Her sister responded back and said, "Hell fucking yeah." And his girlfriend responded to her sister and said, "Oh, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. You don't even know it." I was like, bro, you find a reason to bring up money. Find a reason to bring up money. I said, tell her that they took all your bills out at one time and you need an extra $100 because they took everything out at once and you went and got it. Just see what she says. Just bring up money and ask her for some money and see what happens. She needs the extra money because she's about to go visit her mother in New York. She's about to leave where she thinks she is and never come back.
Jeez, guys, what are you thinking so far? This,
I mean, that's crazy. That's devious work. I think it's a great idea, though. Chad, if you want to loyalty test your girl, I know we had talked about this, and I actually tried to help out a couple of you guys, and a couple guys reached out, tried to do a loyalty test on their girls. They didn't reply to me, though, but my Instagrams are riddled with stuff about Cass and I, so it's kind of tough for me, but this is a great tactic. You want a loyalty test for a girl, go get a fake scratcher from Journey or Spencer's. Order one online. I'm sure you can do it on Amazon, and then see how she reacts. This is genius. I think this man is playing chess.
Not knowing that this was a fucking lie. Now, he still hasn't reacted to her. It's
right.
2 days. He still hasn't reacted to this whole situation. He's still making her think that she's about to cash this shit in or whatever, because it was over the weekend. I guess she can cash a fucking scratch off. Anyway, yeah, he still hasn't reacted. He's still asking me. I say, just let her think she don't go.
Damn, that's crazy. She's really walking around.
Yeah. Just shows you that she's for the streets. She's a runner. She's a track star. She really wasn't in it for him. She was in it for when the going was good, but when the going got better, this is why I say, dude, women wait at the finish line and pick the winners. Women are hypergamous in nature, bro.
Let her go. If I touch her come back, he moves the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's what I say. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 for this because she still hasn't reacted to the fact that she still thinks it's real. She put it in her suitcase and she's about to go to the resort. I'm guessing she thinks she's gonna cash it when she gets to New York with her sister and her family and shit. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to keep y'all posted. But
She's probably thinking, girl, we made it. We made it. Looks like we got a nice dinner. And she's gonna be cooked.
I think this goes without saying, loyalty test fucking failed.
Yeah, for sure.
Her whole life changed. Whole life. She was about to go in the house and say, "Baby, you ain't gotta work no more." It's just that split second.
We'll get into part 2 in just a moment, but guys, you have to let me know.
That's crazy, bro. Like that is so wild to me that oh my lord. I feel so bad for this guy, but it's good that he's on. All right, let's get to part 2.
This is part 2 to the loyalty test video. I'm just going to green screen the text messages that me and my boy had about the situation. Please.
We got text messages, guys. Getting good. She's getting good.
Y'all can know the direction of this bullshit. Y'all ready? So this was yesterday. I texted him and said, "Yo, what's good? You alright?" He said she just got on the plane to go back to New York. I dropped her off and everything was good. As soon as she got on the plane, she texted and gave me this bullshit excuse on why she don't think we need to be together anymore. She said no love lost, but she just thinks that we have been together for so long because we were just used to each other. Just because it was convenient. Because now you can focus on getting the computer tech bill you've been trying to for so long, and I know you're going to do it because you're brilliant. I still love you. I just don't see a future with you anymore.
Wow. That was...
She changed her tune really quick, huh? That is wild work. As soon as she thought she came up on a bag, she diggity dipped. She's like, I'm out like a light, brother man. I just think we've grown apart. That whole dude, that is such BS. She really thought she came up on a bag. I love this. Is fantastic, bro. This is great.
She's done all this. She's gonna look and feel like a right twat. Let's carry on.
And I responded and said, "Damn, bro, regardless of how all this shit went down, I know this shit hurt. I know this wasn't the outcome we were looking for, and I'm sorry it went down like this, but at the end of the day, you guys should fucking look. Regardless of what your financials was like before, he was way too good for that girl. He responds and says, "Yeah, you're right. I appreciate it, bro. The people stitching your video and your comment section don't think so, though." Laughing. I said, "Bro, I told you how this was going to go if you let me post it. They only see this as entertainment and content. They only wanted somebody's side to pick. And, of course, the women will find a way to take accountability from the girl in the story. Go away. That's why I told you to stay out of the comment section. I'm used to it, but don't let that shit get to you, though. You on your way to being a millionaire by the time you turn 40. Fuck the noise."
So this TikToker made
be going to prison for murder. Now, he calls himself Mr. Prada. And Mr. Prada is 20 years old, and he makes a lot of content on TikTok. He's really popular with over 4 million followers. Damn. But one day, Mr. Prada gets on camera, and he does something a little strange. He shaves his head. I guess he shaves his eyebrows, too. And then he posts this video.
Yo, oh my God, looks like I got cancer.
And his followers are looking at this like, what is this guy doing? And the next day, Mr. Prada posts a carousel of photos with his shaved head, and his audience is like, yo, is this guy okay? And they start thinking, maybe he's going through something, like maybe he's having some mental health issues. And then he gets on camera and he starts talking about changing his name.
My name is not Prada no more. Stop calling me that. That's not my name. That's not my name.
And he starts talking about rebranding himself.
I'm rebranding myself to my new identity. My new identity is Emo Psycho Twink.
Emo Psycho Twink. We're just going to go ahead and keep calling him Mr. Prada. So anyway, Mr. Prada keeps making these posts every day, and every day he's acting more and more strange. Here's the thing, though. He's been pretty open about being diagnosed bipolar.
Y'all never seen anybody that's bipolar before? See, I was trying to hide it, but it just hurt out.
But it seems like now he's definitely letting people see him without a filter, and his fans are starting to worry. But then, at some point around this time, the worst thing happens to him. He goes through a really bad breakup, and he seems pretty devastated. But we'll get back to him, because real quick, I want to introduce this guy. He calls himself Dr. Nick. And Dr. Nick is 69 years old, and he used to be a Catholic priest, but now he's a therapist. He works a lot with LGBTQ youths, and apparently people love him.
I'm Dr. Nick Abraham, and here's my new book, I Love Him Very Well, Thank You.
And one day, somehow, I don't know how, Dr. Nick and Mr. Prada meet. And no one knows what their relationship is. Maybe they're friends, maybe he's counseling him, maybe something else romantic is going on, as they're both openly gay. We don't actually have that information right now. But at one point, Dr. Nick goes over to Mr. Prada's apartment to meet up with him for something. And no one knows exactly what happens when they meet. Maybe they're talking, maybe they're smashing, but allegedly something happens that makes Mr. Prada snap. And suddenly, pow, he hits Dr. Nick over the head with some blunt object. And pow, he keeps hitting him over and over, again and again, as hard as he can, until Dr. Nick stops moving. He's unalive. And as if that isn't messed up enough, around that same time, Mr. Prada posts this video on TikTok of himself dancing. And right now, no one is sure if he posted it before or after Dr. Nick's murder. But anyway, then Mr. Prada rolls Dr. Nick up in a tarp, and he drags the body out of his apartment building, and he loads him into, not his own car, but into Dr. Nick's car. And he steals the car, and he drives along the highway, and he dumps the body on the side of the road near a ditch, allegedly. Then he drives back home to his apartment to clean up the mess he made. The next day, someone is driving by, and they spot the tarp on the side of the road, and they're like, hey, that looks suspicious. So they call police. So police come out, and they investigate, and they find Dr. Nick's body in the tarp. And when they see the state his body is in, they know this was a murder. And they know this is Dr. Nick. So they start looking for Dr. Nick's car, because his car is missing. Next day, they spot it in some surveillance footage, and it's parked in a local shopping center. And they're able to get some footage of the person driving the car, a.k.a. Mr. Prada. But at this point, police don't know who Mr. Prada is. To them, he's just some random guy. So they release some screenshots of this footage to the public on social media. Like, hey, does anyone know who this guy is? And almost immediately, people respond like, yeah, that's Mr. Prada. The day after that, police spot Dr. Nick's car again. This time, it's out driving around. And so, bam, they try and pull it over. Now, Mr. Prada is, of course, in this car driving, and he sees the red and blue lights in his rear view, and he's like, oh, and I guess he doesn't want to go to prison, so instead of stopping, he suddenly throws it in reverse, and pow, he hits the police car. Although I'm not sure he hit the car very hard. But then, he speeds away, and kaboom, he car, and you can see it. It's all banged up. Now, Mr. Product gets away, but police, they've now identified him, so they know who he is. So they go and get a warrant, and they search his apartment. And I guess he did a horrible job cleaning up after himself because they find a ton of blood and some possible murder weapons. Of course, the DNA there is a match for Dr. Nick's DNA. Then they check local security footage from a few days before, and they see Dr. Nick walking up to Mr. Prada's apartment door wearing the same clothes he was found in. So now, police know Mr. Prada has some explaining to do. Meanwhile, Mr. Prada, he's still on the run, and he reportedly gets on a bus, and he heads from Louisiana 6 hours away over to Dallas, Texas. But by this point, word has gotten out, and Mr. Prada's face is all over the news.
Good evening. First tonight, Baton Rouge police searching for this man, 20-year-old Terrion Thomas, in connection with the death of William Nicholas Abraham.
And so he only makes it another day before, bam, police finally find him and they arrest him. Here's his mugshot.
Popular TikTok creator has been indicted in the September killing of a Baton Rouge therapist.
So at this point, you might be asking, why did he do it? Why did Mr. Prada allegedly suddenly go crazy and unalive Dr. Nick, this therapist who everyone apparently loves so much? Were they really lovers? Did Mr. Prada just suddenly go crazy? It's also interesting to note that 5 months before this, before he suddenly went off and shaved his head, he posted this TikTok. Practicing for my mugshot because this might be the year someone gonna meet God if they piss me off too much. So is this just a coincidence? Did he know he was going to snap on someone? Did he know that someone would be Dr. Nick? There's just so many questions that are unanswered about this whole thing. Well, this looks like a job for the internet, because the internet starts digging into this story, and some people find that all the way back in 2015, Dr. Nick was accused of inappropriately touching a young boy, one of his patients, and it made the news. And he was arrested for it. Here's his mugshot. Now, the charges against him were dropped due to lack of evidence, so nothing ever came of it, but the internet is speculating that perhaps Dr. Nick tried to touch Mr. Prada inappropriately, and that is what has led to the murder. I'm not saying that's true at all. I'm saying that's one of the leading theories people online have come up with. Regardless, that's all speculation, and all of this is alleged, as Mr. Prada hasn't actually been to trial yet, and we won't know what really happened until that trial happens. And thank you to Leonard.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hey,
How you doing this morning?
just fine.
Okay. The reason why I'm out here is about a call about a kid on your car being chased by dogs and your husband pulling the gun on him.
We don't even own a gun, for one.
Okay.
Two, my husband never made it out of the house. I don't work straight up for my dog's raising hell.
Mm-hmm.
I opened the door, my gate was open. There's no way for my gate to get open if somebody don't open my gate.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out in my underwear, shut the gate. I turn around to come back in the house, and he's sitting on the back of the car. I said, get off the car. No, your dogs are chasing me. I said, my dogs are in this fence. Get off the car. He refused to get off the car.
Okay.
So I told him it was about to be a bad day for him, and I come back in the back door, and when I did, he took off running up the road. That's the last we see him. I told him his mom would come back down here. You don't send a kid out at 6:30 in the morning, somebody's house, open a gate in their backyard.
So is he in your backyard?
He was. He had to be, and the gate was open. My dogs would have been out.
Our dog surprised him when he stepped
Yeah, that's what happened. I've already had my heat pump stolen out here. I've had a table stolen out here. That's why those dogs
And
are back.
was he standing on top of your car?
He's on the back of the car and would not leave.
Was his mother on the phone at any time?
I don't know. He got down and ran. That's all we know. Is he ran around that
And where were your dogs?
road? In the backyard.
Your dogs ever come outside?
No.
You can go back there.
I'll go over here right now, and they will not come out of that fence on you.
Okay. Well, let me see him. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. You said,
No, go ahead. You go open the gate. I'll be there.
besides getting looked at it,
Okay. Did you have something in your hand?
sir. I had my fist, and that's what I intended to use when I got to it.
Mm-hmm. Did you see him in your backyard or anything? Okay.
But what my wife said is true. My dog was on that side of them things, but they can leave wide open, and they don't go outside.
Okay. Just stay right here. Well, he's out the gate. You will not do that. Listen, I said if you want. You will not. You will not. You will not punch me. You will not. Take him in the house. Dog around the corner of their home. Dog. Your dog got fired. 7-7, just up. I'm right here. No, you're not. The family now sees their deceased dog around the corner of their home. I was thinking about statements in a can sold or something. He double back and big in the back of my leg. Okay. Your son is unacceptable.
Judge, case number 260 Martin versus Hancock Jones. That's it.
Martin, how old are you, sir?
I'm 46.
Who is this with you?
This is my girlfriend, Kimberly.
Case is not unusual, but sad. Mr. Martin, you had a long history of drug addiction.
I did.
From when to when?
From 2002 until December 1st, 2020. I've been clean for 2 years on the 1st of December.
Good for you. Did you manage to get clean by going into a residential facility?
I did, yeah.
How long were you in a residential facility?
I was in 23 days in an inpatient facility, and I was just over a month in an outpatient facility.
Are you currently working?
I am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a production manager for a soap and bath bomb company.
How long have you been working for?
A year yesterday.
Are you in touch with your folks?
I am.
Back in their good graces?
Yes.
There was a time when that wasn't true.
Correct.
This is what I gather this case is about. Miss Hancock was your girlfriend?
Yes.
For how long?
We dated from November 2019 until April 2020. We separated for a few months and got back together in July 2020 and separated again in September 2020, so 7 months.
And it would be a fair statement, sir, that the reasons that you separated on both instances is because you relapsed into using drugs.
Yes.
And it would also be a fair statement that the first time you left the house at the defendant's request, you were unsuccessful permanently from ridding yourself of addiction, but you thought you were okay and you asked her to take you back.
Yes.
And she did.
Yes.
And you would have to acknowledge to me that made her a forgiving person,
Sure.
and someone who cared about you.
Yes.
I say all that to you because it's not my job today to exacerbate what appears to be a strained situation, which I assume from the papers has resulted in a final protective order in favor of Miss Hancock, keeping you away from her for how many years?
Permanently.
Forever.
Yes.
And that was after a criminal case was resolved, and that was a criminal stalking case.
Yes.
That was resolved, and it was resolved in her favor, probably, and I don't know this, probably with a plea from you.
Yes.
And when you enter a plea, the judge always asks you, you understand your right to have a trial, you have the right to examine witnesses, you have the right to call witnesses, and by making this admission, it is the same thing as a guilty verdict.
Yes.
The judge did tell you that.
Yes.
I remember making those statements many, many times a long, long time ago, as far as I still remember it. And you're supposed to remain away from her.
Yes.
So the first question I have, well, I know why you're here. You're here because you say the last time she threw you out, and she threw you out not only because she found drugs that you were using again, but she had a fear that you were selling drugs out of the house, and she couldn't be involved with that, which is perfectly legitimate. You would have to acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
We'd also acknowledge, and I'm reading these papers sort of between the lines, your complaints, her answer, and the countersuit, that Miss Hancock had a child,
Yes.
a son.
Yes.
How old? When you were
15 at the time.
and over impressionable age, and the fact that you were using drugs in the house, it really exposed him to something that a teenager shouldn't be exposed to, because his mother has feelings for that person who's drug addicted. And I assume you had warm feelings at some point for this 15-year-old.
Absolutely.
At the time, your parents had asked you to leave the house.
I was living with my parents at the time. Jennifer asked me to move into the house because Mr. Jones had placed a GPS tracker on her car, and she was concerned about her safety with him.
So you were dating at the time.
Yes, I was living with my parents before I moved in.
Was that a happy situation?
At the time it was, yes. It
Moved away from them. And when you moved in with Miss Hancock, according to you, you were not paying rent.
Correct.
You were in fact working.
I was.
And according to you, you were working, not paying rent, and buying certain things for the house in lieu of rent. That's what you say in your papers.
Yes, I bought things for the house.
Those were exactly the words that you swore to. You said, I also spent over $10,000 on things for her place in lieu of paying to live there.
Correct.
What things did you buy?
I bought a dryer.
Dryer?
I put $1,200 into her son's Ford fixing it. I bought.
Okay, so you paid for some things for her son. What else did you buy for the house?
We went to Costco several times and spent $1,000.
So you went, just a second, I'm not interested in Costco several times. You know, you do use toilet paper, don't you?
Absolutely.
What else did you buy for the household?
I bought a battery for a Ford car. I bought a Keurig. I bought a rug, towels. I paid for the vacations while we were together. I bought some home lights for the outside.
Keep going. What else did you buy?
And
what else did you buy for the house? So far, we're not close to $10,000. took off the leash. I don't care. Right now, there's no leash on the dog.
Yes.
Tell me what you
I
saw.
run up and see my dog cowering on the sidewalk. He's hitting her. My dog was nowhere near his dog at all. His dog was still harnessed at this
What? Just a second. How far were you?
I immediately ran behind my dog.
You ran behind your dog?
Yes.
Why?
Because she ran to greet
Because
their
she
dog.
was running.
Yes.
Running where?
To go greet their dog.
To greet.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's a
So there's just
playful.
It was running to
Yes.
greet their dog.
Yes.
Out of your control. And what happened when it greeted their dog?
They overreacted and he immediately began to hit my dog.
Now you can sit down. So it was out of your control. You're absolutely responsible for all of their bills and their boarding bills. You are absolutely responsible. And that's what you should have taken responsibility for before coming here. Because you look like a nice man. Absolutely responsible. And I'm giving you, and your wife should know, that I don't necessarily believe that the dog was being vicious. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that that's true, that it didn't go up to attack them. But that's what happens when a 90-pound dog jumps on you. The dog is a 9-month-old puppy that thinks it's a lap dog. And your wife didn't see what happened because all she saw was after it.
Your sister, Lachey, are responsible for her belongings going missing. Sister, Lachey. You were in an accident at this point, Mr. Upman.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say are responsible for her belongings going missing. The defendants are countersuing for damaged property and threats. Okay, were you paying rent there?
Yes, I was.
For the year?
No, I was paying on a monthly basis as I was staying here.
Were you staying there during the year when there was an order of protection in place?
No, I wasn't.
So you weren't paying rent there? She's under no obligation to store your stuff.
But she agreed to keep my things untouched in the bag. She never said, oh, if you don't come get it, I'm going to throw it out, I'm going to go through it, I'm going to let somebody else go through it.
That's not what she said. She said she told you how to go and get your things from the back. And you didn't. Do you have, Miss Condon, any of your sister's property? Is there any of your sister's property that she left when she was escorted out that you have? Any appliances, television, anything else, anything that belongs to her?
No.
What did you do with it?
I went through some of the things and I threw a lot of things out.
Okay. Did she leave any appliances that were hers?
She left a TV and clothes.
Okay, that's what she said. What did you do with the TV?
Actually, the TV was not hers. The TV was someone else's, and they came and picked up their things when I called.
Put your hand down. Who did the TV belong to?
The TV belonged to her boyfriend. I was incarcerated.
Still her boyfriend?
No.
After she was excluded from the house, how much afterwards did he come and pick up the TV?
His sister came and picked up the TV. She came, I want to say, like 2 weeks
Did
after.
you know her sister?
Yeah.
Sister?
Yeah.
Did you tell your sister that the TV had been picked up?
No, I didn't.
What was your boyfriend's name?
His name is Ty.
He has a sister?
It's not a biological sister. It's just someone that he calls a sister, yes.
Did you ask him about the TV?
No, he was incarcerated. We wasn't speaking. We were going through things.
Or he has a sister? Great. They don't have any of your things that things are gone.
snow bill from the vet is $2,081.
48 cents.
And the boarding was how much?
$240. And then the vet follow-up was $44. That's the last document on your hand.
So it's okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Wang, I'm prepared to hear your defense, sir.
Yes. So first I would want to mention that this is not the first incident where my neighbor is making false claims against me.
Just a second, that's not a false claim.
name's Conrad Harrigan, family man. And if you cross my family, well, you better pray. Say what now, son? So basically what you're saying and what you're teaching and preaching is saying, okay, it's a spouse if they don't want to be physical with you. And it's scary part there are plenty of people that really believe that and actually live by that, that a woman does not have the right to say no. I know a lot of fellas don't want to hear this. It's her body, it's her right. And if she don't want to be touched, she don't want to be touched. Just because you married don't mean she's obligated to touch you. I've asked this before and I'm going to ask this again. Just say to me, y'all all right? Say what now, son? Okay.